Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another live from THiNC Institute of Design. There has been a very important update regarding the Nift 2022 exams, which has been declared online this time. Just before we move ahead, before we explain about the FAQs and how to set up the camera and things like that, let me just check my audio. Host, am I audible?
Audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. So moving on. So there's been an update that has come a short while ago regarding the Nift entrance exams, Nift 2022 entrance exams, which are scheduled for the 6th of February 2022. The biggest news is regarding one of the questions that a lot of students were asking, that they don't have the option of laptop or PC and all. So as you are aware, the exam has been made into an online exam completely. Now for that, you needed to have a laptop, PC, Android mobile, and also in the previous notification, there was a lack of clarity on whether exactly, hello, Pavnesh, hello everyone. So there was a lack of clarity on whether they can use any other devices and all. So there were lots of students who were saying that they're not having the laptop and all. So they have very clearly answered that particular question, that it is not necessary that you need to have a specific laptop or specific desktop or PC itself. Okay. Now they have clearly mentioned here that any of the devices, any of the given devices could be used. Using any two devices, any combinations could be used. It could either be a laptop or a PC or an Android mobile phone or even a Android tablet. So you can use any of these. Even two mobile phones could also be used for taking the test. Okay, so they have made it very clear. And if there are any questions that are coming up, you can please post it in the chat box. We would be very happy to answer. We know that there is a lot of dilemma, confusions and all regarding this because it's something that has come out of the blue. Okay, so this is basically how the device setup would look like. This is a view from the rear view, from the back side, how exactly it looks like, how the candidate is actually writing the exam. This is how it would be looking like. This is the camera that we had set up at the rear view. So we've used a very basic Android mobile device. And with that, you can also look at how the surroundings are. So the table, there is not much of things on the table other than the laptop. And you can also have your own rough paper and things like that. So we'll definitely explain about all of that in the coming slides and all. Okay, so this is a very basic setup. This is a third person's view. So these are the two cameras, two devices. The first one is a laptop in this. This is just an example or just a demo view that we have given here. Okay. Feel free to ask if you have any questions. This is the second device that we have used. Okay. So one camera from this side and the other camera from this side, both of that would give sort of whole perspective for the invigilators who are sitting there. Okay. And please note, we assure you must be using flashcards and small notes would be written, sticky notes and things like that would be used in the in your study room and all. So please avoid all of that. Please clear all of that. Please ensure that such things are not there when you are writing the exam. Okay, so as much as possible, please clear all of these things. Just keep the additional rough papers that you would be using in your exams. Okay. Now, if there are any more doubts, questions and all, please do not hesitate. You can ask in the live chat box. Okay, we want to make this as interactive as possible and we want to try to answer as many questions as possible and calm a lot of nerves out there because of this sudden change that has happened. Now, this is basically the front view and the back view. So this is how the invigilator would be viewing. Invigilator would be able to see you in this way. There would be a front cam, there would be a back cam that would be viewed. Okay, this is how they would be viewing each and every candidate. Now, coming to another big news or another big confusion that most of the students had, a lot of them were preparing for the CAT exams and there was lack of clarity on whether the CAT exam would be conducted or not. So there is a question in the FAQ section that they have answered, which talks about what are the things required for me to take the CAT exam online. That in itself proves that there would be a CAT exam. So the CAT exam would be there. What are the requirements for that and how you will have to upload that? They've briefly mentioned here. You would need A4 size blank sheets, 4 or 5 of them, pencil, eraser and colors. Colors also they've mentioned it is pencil color and poster colors that you can use. Okay, so CAT exam would be there. They would give you the question in the screen. You can read that and draw or write or accordingly answer to how the question is. After that, you have to upload it. You will have to upload the same. There will be a step-by-step process that they would be suggesting in the screen. We also hope that this would be clarified a little bit more further in the coming days, or probably there is a mock test that they have been planning for. So you will get a little bit more clarity. For those students who've joined recently, let me just take you through whatever we were looking into. So the Nift has published a FAQ, that is a frequently asked question document comprising of 8 to 9 questions. Where can you see that? You can see the link in the description. You can go click on that and you can read those questions and all. Now, the good thing about that FAQs is that they've clarified on a lot of questions. First is, it's not mandatory that you need to have a laptop or PC. You can either use a laptop or a PC or an Android mobile device or a tablet or a combination of any of these, and you can ensure that you can write the exam. Okay, the FAQs links has also been shared by the host in the live chat box. Okay, now this is how the device setup should look like. Okay, this is a third person's view that we are showing you right now. There will be a device at the front, there will be a device at the back. The device at the front is what you will be using to answer. Now, will there be a CAT exam? Yes, that is what we are understanding. They're very clearly mentioned that there would be a CAT exam, and how you have to take that, they've mentioned it here. An A4 size blank sheet would be required. Sorry, 4 to 5 of them would be required. Pencil, eraser, and colors. Colors also, which ones you can use, you have to use, that is there. What if the Wi-Fi gets stuck? Will there be a second chance? Gauri, we will answer that in the coming slides. That has also been addressed. Don't worry, we'll address all the questions. Okay. Now, regarding the CAT exam, what they're mentioning is that you have to upload the same by following a step-by-step process. So we are assuming that they would come up with a notification on what those step-by-step processes are, or probably they will bring a little bit more clarity in the mock exam that is going to come up. Okay. Now, will my test get cancelled if I accidentally click on some button? This is something that has happened in a few other exams and also this was a very big concern that a lot of students were asking. No, there is no such provision. So they're saying that, I think this is Gauri's question that they are answering. They do not have to fear normal disconnections. So normal disconnections means, what they mean by that is you have to log in within a reasonable time. So probably the best things that you can do is, along with your major Wi-Fi connection that you are using, you can probably have a backup connection. Let's say, for example, mobile device, you can hotspot, you can use the tethering and you can get connected, or probably you can have any sort of dongle devices, plug and play devices, like let's say, for example, Geo5 or anything of that sort. So if you have such kind of a backup connection also, then you can log in as soon as possible within a reasonable time. And also, please do not panic, because you will be having the option to chat with the invigilator. I think that has been clearly mentioned in the previous notification. So if at all any of you aspirants have missed out on that, you also, please note, you also have the option to chat. And there is also a phone number that would be provided in the coming days. That is what we are understanding. Okay. So to bring a little bit more clarity on that, I also have with me the academics head of THiNC Institute of Design, Sachin sir. Sachin sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're clearly audible. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, your voice is good. Anything more to add in this?
No, I guess, sir. I think you have already clearly mentioned the kind of details which they need. I think no more than that.
Okay, great. Okay, so we can just go ahead. Please note, if there are any more questions, you can definitely post it in the chat box. We would be taking it as and when we are going ahead. Okay. Now, can I take the test from some place other than my house? This was also a question or an option, a good solution that a lot of students were thinking of. I'm planning to take the test from a relative's house as the network is not that great at my place. So yes, you can definitely talk about it. You can definitely take that. The rules talk about taking the test from any separate place, which might be of convenience to you. So you can either try for, let's say, for example, your relative's house, your acquaintance, your friend's place. Even if you have a good personal connect with the internet cafe owner, or let's say the computer center owner in your locality, then you can definitely try to contact them. You can give all these criteria and all. They might arrange a setup for you. You can just give it a shot. I'm just trying to help you out here. I'm just trying to give you as many options as possible. Okay. BTS Army has asked a question. Good evening, sir. Tell me about CAT, how we will send our drawing sheets photos. I think you've just joined now. We just discussed about that. So basically, regarding the CAT, what they're saying is you will have to draw, you will have to give your responses. You will have to either draw or write, depending upon the question in the CAT. The question will be made available in the screen. Once you see that screen and see the question, you can draft your answer in that A4 white sheet. After that, you will have to upload it. Now, what is the detailed procedure for the same? All that would be shared in the coming days or probably in the mock exam. Okay, so I hope I have clarified your doubt, BTS Army. Now, let's look at the other coming questions. They will stop. I think I've already cleared this. Yes, this one. Will my test get cancelled automatically if there is some person visible from my window? Now, this is also something that has happened in a few of the previous online exams that has been conducted in the last 1.5 years and all. So they're saying that no, there is no such issue that's going to happen. The artificial intelligence is smart enough to judge the proximity, that is the distance between the screen and the person who is standing. Okay, so they'll ensure that all fairness is there, and they are also saying that it is not just about machines that they're going to use. They're also going to have human invigilators. So what we understand is probably they would be having some people arranged for invigilating this, just like how we have in an exam hall, and they might allot for every single invigilator, let's say 50 candidates or things like that. That is how they might be working out on this. So we would obviously have some people to work on it. So just because you have some people in the room doesn't mean that you will get judged based on that, or you will be removed or things like that. But please do not take a chance. If possible, as far as possible, please try to avoid people in that particular room, at least for that particular day, three hours of that particular day. Okay. Now, I do not have a device of my own. Can I use a rented device for the test? Will it require a lot of prior preparation? Yes, you can definitely use a rented device. You can use a device from your friend. So there is no limitation to that. You can use any device, like you can use an Android mobile phone or a laptop PC or anything of that sort. So you can make yourselves such devices available. You can start arranging, you can start preparing for it that way. You can talk to people whom you are very much familiar with, and you can definitely take those devices and ensure that you write the exam. The only thing is that ensure that it has a good amount of backup. How do you test that? You can test that during your mock exam. Okay. Any more questions are there? Please do not hesitate to ask us in the live chat box. Now, moving on, is there an app to be installed? Is there a separate app to be installed? The Android devices that are used to provide rear views, that is the backside view, that is this particular view that you are seeing is from the rear view device that we have used with the camera, right? So that will need to have a separate app to be installed. Now, which app is that? What are the things that you will have to do and all? You will have to work out on a QR code and things like that. So all of that they'll be mentioning in the coming days. Okay. And the main device, which is the main device, the one with which you are answering the questions, that is what is the main device. So the main device in which the test would be taken, you will give your answers. That will not need to have any app installed other than the Google Chrome browser. Okay, so that is the only thing that is required. Okay. Now, can the candidates use rough paper during the exam? Yes, you can definitely use it. So Gauri has asked a question on how will we send the CAT answers. See, regarding the CAT answers, that's what we were just discussing. See, you have to answer those. Okay, you have to answer those in the A4 sheets. Okay, you have to either draw or you have to write all of that, and you have to answer those in the A4 sheets. And subsequently, you will have to upload it. How you have to upload it? Which device is the front camera, or is it the other? Is it the front device, or is it the back device which you have to use and all? They'll definitely mention in the coming slides. Okay, Sachin sir, anything more to add to that?
Yes, I think. So I think also in our THiNC Institute of Design, so we are also conducted such kind of examination. So I guess we have a similar format like this to evaluate the drawing sheet. Like we try to use uploading like a PDF format or image, trying to take the photograph of that particular drawing sheet they have been done or completed, and they have to upload in a PDF format or image format like that. So also I guess there will be some procedure for that. In order to upload or browse from your computer or just taking photos from your mobile phone, or either we cannot confirm it right now. So we just have to wait for the official confirmation. So like Suraj mentioned, there will be the complete solution will be there in the mock test itself. And also, I think in the upcoming days, they will clarify that how to upload these kind of CAT drawing sheet like that. So I guess sometimes it will be like uploading the files in a PDF format, or like just taking a photograph and upload it through a particular link, or browsing from your device like that. It will be sometimes like that, but we just have to wait for the official confirmation. Also, we have to wait for the mock test. I think in the mock test itself, we will get a very good clear idea on the kind of procedures, what are the kind of step-by-step process we have to do in this particular for uploading the CAT examination sheets. So that's from my side to that question.
Okay, sir, any more other questions which you would like to take now?
So again, Dave Krishna has also inquired that should we use the same secondary Android device to upload the CAT answer. Dave, there is no clear clarification regarding that also, whether should we use, I think, or we think you have to use the mobile phone itself. I think the clarity regarding the laptop will be much quality less. So it will be through mobile phone, we guess. So it will be through mobile phone. But again, we just have to wait for the official confirmation, because since it's a drawing sheet, it should be the drawing sheet should be in such a good clarity to evaluate. So it will be, I guess it will be through mobile phone, but again, we just have to wait for the official confirmation. So there is a question from Aditya also, sir, are there any changes in the examination pattern? So Aditya, they haven't mentioned any kind of examination change in the examination pattern. So we guess it will be same as the actual GAT and CAT examination. So there is no official mention regarding any change in the examination pattern. So again, if there is any change, definitely they will not notify. So till now, there is no change. Also, our most required doubt was whether there is a CAT examination or not. But in this particular FAQ notification, they have clearly clarified that particular doubt by mentioning the kind of things required for CAT examination. So CAT is there for sure. Again, they haven't mentioned any kind of mentioned regarding the change in the examination pattern. So we guess it will be exactly like the normal examination pattern. And if there is any kind of change, definitely there will be a notification. So there is a question from Navneet. When will be the mock test? Navneet, also there is no they haven't clarified the correct date regarding that. When will be the mock test? Again, we have to wait for it in the upcoming days. Or there will be clear notification regarding these kind of date and time confirmation also. So can you tell about that, how much time of break we will have, or both the cameras will continue in break time too, or we will have to join again for CAT? And one more thing, which exam? Okay, so it's a question from BTS Army. So again, the question, the doubt from this particular question, we cannot give a correct, we cannot clarify that also, because there is no official notification regarding the break time. They have mentioned that there is no particular break time for examination in between. But since there is GAT and CAT examination, in regular examination, the regular time, there will be a gap between GAT and CAT examination. So there will be a clear break between these particular examination. But this time, since it's an online examination, we doesn't know how it will be. Also, again, we just have to wait for any kind of official notification from their side regarding that. So again, from Pavanesh, so can you send some Nift mock papers, please? Definitely, Pavanesh. We are launching our free mock test regarding the Nift examination. So definitely you can visit our website also for free mock test.
You can search and suggest to add, they can subscribe to the channel, and they can get the notification from here when we are going for the.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, in the upcoming days, we are coming with more different videos regarding GAT and also the CAT examination. I think definitely you can subscribe on, and definitely we will definitely notify you regarding that.
So we're planning for live sessions every day. We're planning for live sessions from tomorrow onwards. So you can definitely subscribe that. And regarding the mock test, usually when we have a national level mock test, we always update it in the YouTube channel. So you can definitely subscribe to that also. And you can join the Telegram channel. I think the link has already been provided.
Okay, yes, and also our Kahoot quizzes. I think that is one of our best YouTube live sessions, the Kahoot quizzes. So definitely you can go for that. And also it's on Saturdays and Sundays, right, sir?
Yes, it's on Saturdays and Sundays. Curiosity quizzes happen on Saturdays and Sundays, 9:30 to 10:30.
Okay, I think, sir, you can continue.
Okay, so that was it about the CAT exams. Now, moving on, I think these questions have been answered. Can the candidates use rough paper during the exams? Yes, you can definitely use the rough papers for calculations or rough works and things like that. You'll have to show it to the invigilator. Most probably, I hope there would be an option to also have a chat with the invigilator. So that won't be a big issue. Please do not worry about that. Can I use a calculator during the online examination? Use of calculators is not permitted. So that is not permitted. Now, just to update, so the Nift authorities have come up with a FAQs document, that is frequently asked questions for the exams. The link for the same has been provided. The FAQ link has been provided in the description of this particular video. Okay, so you can use any of the devices for your for attending the exam. That is, you can either use a laptop, PC. It's not necessary or mandatory that you only use a laptop itself. Okay, so you can definitely take either a laptop or a PC, Android, mobile phones, tablets, and all. This is basically the setup that they are expecting you to be in. Okay, so there would be a rear cam. The view currently that you're seeing is from the rear cam, from the backside, how it looks like. There is a camera that we have kept on the backside. Now, the front view, the front device that you're using is basically for attempting the exam. That is for basically writing the exam, attempting the questions, looking at the questions and all. Okay, that is the main device or the front device. Just to clarify, this is that. Okay, both of them would need cameras. You'll have to switch on the cameras in both the cases. Try to clear your room as much as possible. That means do not have any flashcards, or let's say, for example, if you have something related to studies that you have kept, general knowledge or current affairs or drawing or things related to sketching, doodling, or things like that that you have kept on your walls, please try to remove that. Okay, so that will be a neat setup that you would be having. This would be, we will be coming up with a separate video altogether for how to arrange this particular setup in your room and all. So this is the rear view device that we have kept, and this is the front device that is used. Okay, so you can have both of that, and the invigilator would get a decent all-round perspective of what exactly is happening all around you. Okay, this is a third person's view, showing the two devices. We have used a holder here. We've used a basic holder. You can also use a tripod, or there are also jugadu ways in which you can work on this. You can have a very normal, let's say, paper or cardboard made mobile stand. You can either use that, or you can even take a very simple transparent glass that you have in your house from the kitchen, and you can put your mobile inside that. So there are various ways of doing it. You can use your mobile, you can use your books, you can use the pillows also, and you can just arrange the camera and keep it. Okay, so that is not required. I mean, it's not necessary that it has to be a tripod that will help you to keep the camera. Just because we had it, we have used it, that's all. Okay, and this would basically be the view that the invigilator would be getting. There would be a front view and back view. Pavnesh, we must send back camera video. No, you, from whatever they have mentioned, you do not have to send that file, but it would be a live streaming that would be happening. So whatever is happening, they would be able to see as and when it is happening. Okay. Sachin sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. I think there is some
Yes,
questions
there
also.
are some. Yes, please.
So there is a question from Cookies Foodie. So is the exam of 5 hours? There is also still we need a clarification on that too. So there is no official notification regarding any change like we have earlier mentioned. They haven't particularly mentioned any kind of change in the pattern. So the one confusion we have that since it's an online examination whether there will be CAT, but they have clearly mentioned this into this particular notification, the FAQ post CAT is there. So also in this particular FAQ, they haven't mentioned any kind of change in the pattern for GAT exam. How will be the GAT examination? If there will be any difference or CAT examination, the marks. So there is no such kind of changes that have been mentioned in the pattern. So usually the GAT examination consists of the bdes GAT examination consists of 100 questions. So it is a 2-hour examination. So generally the general ability test consists of 100 questions and 100 marks. And there will be 50 questions from language section, around 35 from arithmetic or analytical and reasoning questions, and also 15 GK questions. So that is the usual pattern of the GAT examination, which is 100 questions, 100 marks, 2-hour examination, and there is negative mark, which is 0.25. So that is the common usual examination pattern of the GAT section. And when it comes to CAT section, the creative ability test, the examination consists of a 3-hour examination. So duration is 3 hours. And I think in the previous examination, what we have been seen is that there will be 3 questions. So there will be 3 questions. So normally there will be 3 questions in the GAT section, the creative ability test. It will be a 3-hour duration, and again it will be 100 marks. So that is the usual pattern. So in this notification or in the previous setup notification, they haven't mentioned any kind of change in the examination pattern, whether it's GAT or CAT, they haven't mentioned anything. So we guess till now there is no change, but we have to wait for any kind of further notification to check whether any kind of changes is there or not.
So, sir, it seems like they're sticking to the old pattern as far as possible, or as much as possible. They're trying their best to stick to the old patterns. Is it? They're not trying to remove CAT.
Yes. Being a design examination, I think definitely they have to consider this kind of creative. They have to evaluate such kind of creative side of the student. So definitely they have to include. So that's why they have been included such kind of examination pattern. In even it's an online examination, they have included such kind of examination also, I guess. So yes, there might not be any kind of examination pattern, but again, we have to just wait.
Wait for the clarity. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. So there's a question from Neha Susan. Can we use iOS?
So in the last notification, the rules and regulation notification, they have clearly mentioned about the 2 devices and their what requirement, the technical requirements of those devices. So in that particular device, the examination which you are attending, the device in which you are attending the examination, it can be Mac. So if it's an Apple user, it has to be a Mac. And also if it's Mac, you have to use the Google Chrome browser. So that's mandatory, because I think it's only on the Google Chrome browser the exam will be conducted properly or can be done properly. So that's why they haven't mentioned such kind of closure in the official notification. The exam has to be compulsorily attended in the Google Chrome browser. So even if they are attending an examination through Mac laptop or Apple laptop like that, or Mac, so there should be Google Chrome. So that is mandatory. And the secondary device which you are using is to be an Android device. That's for sure, because I think in the official notification they have mentioned about the application which we need to install for monitoring the rear view or such kind of activities. I think it should be it has to be an Android device. That's why they are mentioning like an Android device. So the secondary device which we are using for the rear view or the back cam which we are using should be Android device. The examination which you are attending, the device which you are attending the examination can be Windows or Mac iOS. So that's the question, answer the question. So also there's a question from Dave, like, sir, as people use different devices, there will be difference in image quality, right? So will it affect the evaluation? There are a lot of people using basic Android device with poor camera quality. So Dave, I guess since you have mentioned, yes, there might be for different device, the clarity of the image may vary, but they have been specifically mentioned about 1.3 MP. But I will not confirm whether they have mentioned about the PC, laptop, or the mobile camera. They have mentioned about a 1.3 MP device in the rules and regulation. So regarding the video and audio, they have mentioned about 1.3 MP webcam. So minimum 1.3, that is they are mentioning about the webcam for the laptop. But since you have to upload the drawing sheet of the CAD section, yeah, it has need to be little more clarity. But if it can, even if a basic device, if it can deliver a good quality of image, that will be enough. So I guess. So you can just take the images in a good lighting, giving a good lighting in the area which have a proper lighting like that. So that makes the image quality better. So you can use such kind of method for a better image. So there's a question from Aditya, sir, is CAT and GAT of 80 marks or 100? So Aditya, I think I have already answered that question. For usually for the Nift examination, the GAT part will be of 100 marks. There will be 100 question and it will be 2-hour duration, and there will be 0.25 mark negative marks also. And the CAT section is out of 100. So together for the bdes, I am just mentioning about the bdes examination, Nift bdes examination. For Nift bdes examination, the GAT part is out of 100, CAT part is also out of 100. So altogether it will be 200. So there's a question from Pavanesh, sir, maths will be more or less in GAT part. So Pavanesh, they have clearly mentioned the weightage for analytical topics. So it's around 35. You can expect 35 questions from those particular topic, but in that specifically from the arithmetic aptitude, at least you can there will be around 20 or 25 questions, like the topics from average or percentage, time and distance, work, age related problems, or pipeline systems, boat and stream. So there are different kind of variety of topics. So I think we are coming up with more detailed video regarding these kind of topics, whether it's arithmetic, whether it's drawing, whether it's GK, whether it's language. In the upcoming days, we are coming with live session exclusively for you guys, for those who are aspiring for the Nift. So definitely in the upcoming days, there will be live session on that too.
Okay, sir, would you also like to just highlight on what were the major topics that usually comes in the previous GAT, like the importance for English and things like that?
Okay, so again, for the bdes GAT examination, it's about 100, like I mentioned. So the 50 question comes from the language section. So there will be, for sure, there will be around 25 questions from passage or comprehension questions, 25 questions from that. And you can expect questions from spelling errors, or you have to choose the correctly spelled words. So question from that, antonyms, synonyms, sentence correction, plurals, idioms and phrases, filling the blanks like prepositions, and one word substitution. So these kind of sentence rearrangement or sentence errors. So such kind of topics can be surely expected in Nift examination. So that's for sure, these kind of topics. So when it comes to arithmetic, like I have mentioned, you can expect question from like average. There will be question from numbers, profit and loss, and interest, compound interest or simple interest, that topics. Or question from reminders, age related problem, direction sense, statement problems, like there will be a statement and a conclusion. And also there will be question from assumption, such assertion and reason, that kind of question. Age related, direction sense, seating arrangement or arrangement related questions. So there are different kind of topics which are repeatedly asking in the previous examination. So you can just focus on that. And when it comes to GK, yes, definitely you can. So GK is a vast topic. So definitely you can expect question from fashion oriented or fashion related current affairs like brand ambassadors or some product belong to which firm like that. And you can expect question from what constitution. There are some questions repeatedly asking from constitution related. So such kind of or tagline, brand tagline. There can be question from textile related questions and current affairs. When it comes to current affair, you can expect question from an international level current affairs. Some one question from that. Definitely there is question from sports. So you can definitely expect one question from sports related current affair and appointments also, latest appointments. So that is the major topics they can give more importance while preparing in the last these minutes. So there is a question from Shifana also, the CAT or GAT same day. Definitely, we guess the both of the examination will be on the same day.
Yes, they've mentioned that it is on the 6th of February. So we are expecting that both of that would be conducted on the same day.
Okay, and Pavanesh had mentioned so negative mark is 1. No, Pavanesh, for the Nift examination, the negative marking is 0.25. For each correct answer, there is 1 mark, and for each wrong answer, they will deduct 0.25 marks.
I think Roshan's question was also the same. That has also been answered. It's usually 25% of the marks that would be taken away in terms of negative.
So there's a question from Shah. Answer: is there any problem if our Android cam is straight back of ours? So it's not clearly. I cannot.
I think the question is about whether they can keep the camera straight behind the candidate.
Yeah, there is no issue on that, I guess. So the thing is, there has to be a clear view, I guess.
So I think we have to look at this from the invigilator's perspective also. They should get a view of why are they doing all of this, that they should get an idea of what exactly is happening all around you, how you are attempting it. That is what. So the visibility should be there. So if you're keeping it very close, straight behind, it might not be visible. If you're keeping it a bit far away, they'll get a good perspective. That's why we have also opted for keeping it a bit inclined and not straight back.
Okay, so there's a question from Shivana. What is the pass mark of GAT and GAT? So again, Shivana, for any entrance examination, every year the cutoff may change according to the toughness of the examination or the number of students who are appearing. So there are certain criteria for that in order to determine the cutoff. So for each year, there will be different cutoffs. So again, we have to wait. So there's a question from Roshan, time of GAT time dip. So usually Roshan, the GAT examination, the general ability test is 2-hour duration, and CAT section, creative ability test, is 3-hour duration. So usually CAT examination comes first, and after that the GAT examination. So that is the usual process. So again, we don't know this time, since it's online examination, how will be the procedure, whether GAT is first or CAT is first, we don't know. Again, in the regular time, yes, it will be like that. So again, yeah, BTS, I think I have just answered the questions. CAT will be the first one or after GAT. Usually in the Nift examination, CAT examination comes first. So first 3 hours will be GAT, and there will be break, and after that there will be GAT, like that, in the usual times. So this time, yeah, definitely we have to wait, and also we have to wait for the mock test. Mock test will be the doubt clearing session of the online examination.
I think that's there will be a few nerves would always be unsettled till the mock test. We'll have to wait till the mock test to get a better clarity, I guess. And also, I think there's one more point regarding the microphones, right, sir? Would you like to highlight on that?
Okay, so it has to be on like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they have also clearly mentioned about that also. During the entire duration of the examination, the microphone has to be on, because again, in order to process and monitor or record, they need that also, the audio. So again, it has to be on also during the examination.
And in the last few days, please try to focus on those topics which has larger amount of weightage, like let's say, for example, English, arithmetic, and also brush up a little bit of GK and things like that. So we have sessions, live sessions that will be coming up from tomorrow. So you can take part in that. You can also clear your doubts. We have done a very similar session, which was extremely successful in terms of uceed. So we can do the same in terms of this one also. Okay, so that is it. Just updating, mainly the most important thing that we had to convey is that they've come up with a FAQs document. The Nift has actually come up with an FAQ document. Two major highlighting points. First thing is that it's not necessary that you need to have a laptop or a PC itself. You can also use a mobile phone. You can also use Android mobile phones. Both the devices, you can do that. Okay, both the devices you can do. The front device and the back device, both you can use the Android device itself. You can use mobile phones and you can attempt the exams. Okay, now you have to ensure that the camera is on in both the cases. Okay, this is the rear view camera that you can see here, and there will be a front view camera like setup like this. So basically we are trying to sort of give you an idea here. We'll come up with a detailed video on how exactly to come up with a setup like this. Okay, we have used a holder like this. You can use any Jugadu type of holder, like how I was saying earlier, any paper stands for mobile phones, or use a transparent glass for holding your mobile and things like that. Okay, now this is basically how the invigilator would be viewing. So there would be an invigilator. You have the option to chat with them. If anything goes wrong, you can contact them and all. So please do not panic with respect to that. There is no such issues that you have to get tensed about. Okay. And the second most important thing is that CAT will be there. So the CAT exam will be there. Creative ability test would be there. You need to have 4 to 5 A4 size blank sheets, that is white sheets, pencil, erasers, and pencil colors or poster colors. Okay, this is what you need to have. Now, how do you have to upload is something that a lot of students were asking. Basically, you will have to upload once you complete it. So you have to use that particular blank sheets. You have to draw or write with respect to the question that has been asked. You will have to respond with respect to that. Once that is done, you will have to upload it. How it's to be done? It will be mostly using the mobile device. So it's preferably better if you have good amount of artificial and natural lighting. If you pick a room like that, it would be really helpful. Okay, so ensure that you have good amount of artificial lighting, backup lighting, and things like that, so that you can take a proper photograph and upload it. Probably they might ask you to upload it as a PDF or a PNG or a JPEG file. Okay, so CAT would be there. You will have to upload. You will have to answer the question, looking at the question that's given in the screen, and you will have to respond. Okay, then there were other questions like what happens if you click on some button accidentally and all. The test will not be ending by then. Okay, so there is no such thing. The only thing is that you will have to log in within a reasonable time. You will have to re-log in within a reasonable time. Okay, so ensure that you have a backup internet connection also. Probably if you are using a Wi-Fi, you can also use your mobile internet as a backup option. So if at all you're getting logged out, you can re-log in again within a very short span of time. Okay, so that's always better. You can also take the exam from a different place. It's not necessary that you need to take the exam from your own house itself. You can go to your relatives' place, acquaintances, or your friends. You can even talk to your local computer center person or internet cafe person. If they can keep all these things arranged and all, it would be really great. Okay, they would also have probably a backup power connection and things like that. Okay, now if there is someone visible from your window, that is, if there is someone who is visible in so basically this is how they would be viewing you, right? This is how the invigilator would be viewing. What happens if there is a person who is coming all of a sudden in between? So the AI app is smart enough to judge the proximity of the distance, but please do not take such kind of a chance. It's always better to not take such kind of a chance. So ensure that such problems are not there. Now, it's not also necessary that you need to have your own device. Okay, so you can rent out a device or you can get it from your friends or things like that. So that is also not an issue. Now, the device that you're using at the backside, that is the rear device that you're using, you will need to have the app installed. You will have to scan the QR code and things like that. What is all of that? We'll get to know in the coming days, and we'll also get to know during the mock exam. There is a mock exam before the 6th of February that they're planning. Okay, for everyone who is preparing, if you are liking the content, please to subscribe to our channel. We have live sessions from tomorrow onwards that's coming up exclusively for the preparation of Nift entrance exams. Okay. Now, coming back, so can the candidates use rough paper? Yes, you can use the rough paper. Again, as I said, there would be human invigilators also. So you will have to share the screen. You will have to show your rough papers that you're going to use with your invigilators. If there is any issue, they would either chat with you, so you can respond with that and you can clarify and you can go ahead. Okay, so please do not panic. Now, there is no calculator that you can use for this online exam. Let's be very clear about that. Okay. And if there are any more questions, queries and all, you can contact us at 8086 111 216. Okay. Sachin sir, I think there's one more question that has been asked. Would you like to take that?
Okay, I guess the question from Roshan, right? What was the cutoff?
Yes.
So I think Roshan specifically mentioning regarding the cutoff marks, like we have mentioned, in the first initial stage of the examination, they will not mention the kind of marks in the initial stage, since there is two round of examination. Like first phase of examination consists of CAT and GAT and then situation test. Initially, they only just mention the shortlisted, so we are not that sure about the exact cutoff in that particular first phase of examination, because only the shortlisted candidates get the mail like they have been shortlisted or not. Only that particular mention will be there while releasing the initial results. After the GAT and GAT examination, they will only publish result like that, whether you will be shortlisted or not. So while you are checking the examination, we will only get that particular range. But again, I guess for the general category, around 43, or I'm not sure the exact mark or by point. Definitely, I think we will pin into the comment box the last year's cutoff marks for categories, different categories.
Also, if you're preparing for these design exams like NID, Nift, uceed and all, we have regularly practice questions and all that is coming up. So Nahil has asked a question. Just before I come to Nahil's question, you can just finish this point. So it's always important to prepare for such exams. You have to practice, right? Even the sports personalities take practice sessions, and doing mock exams and all is extremely important. So we would be coming up with further mock exams and all. Stay tuned, and you can also subscribe to the Telegram channel. The link for the same has been shared by the host. You can see that in the live chat box. So you can just go there. Whatever updates and things related to that is coming up, you can get it from there. Or you can also search with NID Nift uceed 2021-22 exam preparation. It's a Telegram public channel that we have kept, so that students who are preparing, aspirants who are preparing, can come in, get some content. Every day we post some questions and all. Okay, so you can join there. Yes. Now there's a question about negative marks. Sachin sir, would you like to elaborate on that?
So again, the question has been, we have answered that also. So again, for the Nift examination, the negative marking system will be like that. For each wrong answer, 0.25 marks will be deducted. So yeah, so that is the exact way of negative marking. So there will be negative mark in the official notification itself. They have been mentioning about that. The GAT section, for the GAT section. So the GAT section, each correct answer that will be rewarded with the one mark, and for each wrong answer, 0.25 will be deducted. So that is regarding the negative marking.
Okay, so I think that brings in a lot more clarity on what exactly are the things that you have to do, what are the things that you don't have to do. I hope in the coming days, probably there would be more FAQs or notifications or clarity that would be being built up using things like this. So stay tuned for all of this. We also have live sessions that are coming up. There is good amount of importance for English, arithmetic, general knowledge, and topics like that, right? So it's always important to prepare, especially the last few days. It's important to have revision on those topics and all. So the exams are around the corner. We will be having live sessions from tomorrow onwards from our eminent educators from, let's say, Nift, NID, and all are combining together and designing sessions. So educators would be starting the sessions from tomorrow onwards. If you're liking the content, you can definitely subscribe to our channel. Okay, so the latest news that we wanted to say is that FAQs has been released. It addresses a lot of questions regarding the exam, how it would be conducted. So you can find the FAQs in the Nift website. The link for the same has already been provided in the description of this particular video. Okay. Now, if there are any more questions, you can ask us in the chat box or after this particular live. Once the recordings are made available in the YouTube, you can also post your queries there. Okay. So if there are any doubts regarding all of this, you can also WhatsApp us or call us in these numbers 8086 111 216. We would always be happy to help you. Okay. Sachin sir, anything more to add probably regarding the GAT paper pattern? Just a quick reminder or important topics.
Just reminding a quick reminder, like I have previously also mentioned the pattern of the examinations. So guys, don't panic. So that is the major thing. So since it's online examination, so most of you right now are in some kind of panic. We are also getting calls from like whether it will be okay or not. So don't just panic, do your best. That is the major thing you just need to go with. So do not panic, prepare well. So that's a major thing. So you only have few days left for the examination. So prepare well. So that's a major thing. And when it comes to examination point of view, yeah, do the previous year examination, previous year question paper as well. So since they haven't changed since right now till now, they haven't changed any kind of pattern. So yes, it will be like that exactly like last year the pattern. Till now there is no change. They haven't mentioned any kind of change. So again, the examination GAT part will be 2-hour duration, 100 question, 100 marks, and 0.25 negative marking for the bdes examination. So I'm talking about the bdes. So again, for the BF Tech or MF Tech or MFM, the pattern is different. For bdes, it will be 100% for GAT section, 2-hour duration, and also 0.25 marks negative marks also. And CAT examination is again out of 100 marks. So usually we can expect 3 questions. Usually in the previous years, there were 3 questions for the CAT section and 3-hour duration. So you will get a lot more time for the CAT examination apart from NID or uceed examination. That is a major advantage for Nift. So you have 3 hours in your hand and also you have 3 questions. You can do it well for the CAT examination. So that is the usual pattern. So that's about the pattern. So guys, don't worry, do your best. That's a major thing. And also don't panic. And also, yes. So also there's a question from Manam also, what if Wi-Fi got stuck between the exam? And I think also they have clearly mentioned regarding that also in between there is any kind of connection issues are there. So you can re-log in quickly. So you just need to call the means not to contact the invigilator through their chat box, or we also for exact way of contacting, we just have to wait for the mock test. How will be the chat box appear like that? So this time, yeah, they have clearly mentioned about that. Since there is any kind of issues, will they get stuck or not? So they just mentioned regarding the re-login. So that's it. So you have to quickly re-log in. That's it. So they will not accidentally get disconnected or not. So again, you need to fear normal disconnection as long as they log in within a reasonable time immediately. So we can re-log in again. So just take a backup also. Like also Suresh have mentioned, even this works on Wi-Fi, just use your mobile data also. Be prepared for connecting the hotspot or tethering like that. If anything comes different. Okay, so be ready for that also. If anything something happens, just have to immediately connect with the tethering device or your mobile hotspot, connect with your mobile hotspot. So like that. So be quick. That's enough. They have clearly mentioned that candidates need not fear normal disconnections as long as they log in within a reasonable time immediately. So that's it. So yes, I guess I answered that question. So Suraj sir, yes.
Okay, if there are any more questions, please do not hesitate. You can ask us. Sri Krishna Shankar, see, from what we understand, what they have said is that you have to just upload it. So the question is, sir, how to submit CAT answers? Do we need a third device? So what they've mentioned is that you can write your responses, and after that, you have to upload the same by using certain steps that they would be mentioning in the coming slides. So sorry, in the coming days. So probably it would be you'd be asked to use the third device, or probably you will have to use the second, that is rear device itself, and you will have to upload. So you might have to ensure proper lighting, both artificial and natural preferably as much as possible, and you will have to upload it. Now, whether a third device is required for that, or can you use the second device itself, and what are the steps that are to be used and all, they will be updating in the coming days to come. We'll have to also wait till the mock test to get a proper clarity of that. Okay. And how exactly to prepare the setup of camera and all, we would be coming up with a separate video, hopefully in the coming days, and you will get a clarity on that also. Okay. So currently the things that are clarified are, one is that you can use your any devices you can use. It could be your Android mobile device, laptop, PC, tablets, anything you can use. There was a confusion on whether laptops or PCs could be used or not. So you can use that. How much time of break will we have in between both the exams? Sachin sir?
Hello. So can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So the question is from Roshan Khan. How much time of break they will have in between both the exams?
So till now, since it's an online examination, they haven't mentioned any kind of break time in between the GAT part and CAT part. So we just have to wait for it, any kind of official notification. But in the earlier notification, the rules and regulation, there also they have mentioned about no break time like that. There will not be any kind of break time in between. So they have mentioned that also. So again, we just have to wait for will there be any kind of in between breaks. But again, like in the previous notification, they have clearly mentioned in a point like no toilet or no other breaks will be allowed during the entire duration of the examination. And candidates are advised to keep water with them if they want. So that's the point they have been mentioned in the last rules and regulations, like that notification. So they have clearly mentioned that there are no other breaks. But again, we just have to wait whether will there be any break between the CAT and GAT part.
Okay. So okay, there's another question from Aishwarya, I think.
So the question from Aishwarya was, can I use table pad for writing in A4 sheet? So again, Aishwarya, again, they haven't mentioned any kind of details regarding using any other equipments or materials which we can use for the examination. They have clearly mentioned like that in the first point, like in order to attend the examination, you can have a A4 size blank white sheet or pencil, eraser and color. So there is no mention regarding any writing pad, whether we can use a writing pad or not. Definitely, I think we just have to inquire to the invigilator who will be invigilating you. So that was the best way, whether we can use an A4 drawing pad or not. You just have to ask for any kind of permission for these kind of materials to be used. In this particular notification, they haven't mentioned regarding the A4 pad.
Okay, so I think that was cleared. Now, please ensure that you follow all this to the best possible way. Even regarding the microphones, please ensure that the microphones would be switched on so that they can hear you if there is any conversation and all that happens, because ideally it should not be happening. So that's basically why they are trying to get both your audio and video. Okay. Now there was a question on whether this was actually going to happen in Zoom and all. So they would be live streaming this, they would be taking the video. Now, what would be the platform that they would be using? What would be the setup and all? We'll have to wait. Probably a mock test can give us a good clarity. Currently, what we know is that your exams and all would not be cancelled if you unknowingly click somewhere or if you're getting logged out and all. So you do not have to worry about that. You will have to ensure that if at all your connection gets off, you will have to relog in within a reasonable time. So probably the best way possible is that you will have to ensure that there will be a Wi-Fi device. Along with that, you will have a backup connection, let's say a tethering hotspot or things like that. Okay. How should we set up the camera for CAT exam? Should we be seen and also our drawing sheet? So currently, how we know it is that they have set a common setup for both the exams. This is how you have to write for both the exams. This is how you have to sit for both the exams. This is how you have to arrange. There would be a front camera, there would be a back cam. Front cam showing your face and the back cam giving an idea about what's happening in the periphery. Okay, these would be the different setup for that. सर बैक में कैमरा रखना या साइड में सेकंड डिवाइस को? उर्वशी प्रेफरेबली साइड में रख सकते हैं. अगर हम सीधे बैक में रखेंगे तो भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बट द लार्जर पॉइंट इज दैट उनको ठीक ठाक दिखना चाहिए पेरिफेरी में क्या क्या हो रहा है, कितनी सारी चीजें हमने रखे हैं, लैपटॉप है कि नहीं, हम कौन सा डिवाइस इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. तो अगर हम सीधे पीछे ही रखेंगे तो उसमें बहुत दिक्कत होगी उनको देखने में कि क्या एग्जैक्टली हो रहा है. तो अगर आप पीछे रख रहे हैं तो थोड़ा सा डिस्टेंस मेंटेन करके डिस्टेंस बना के रखिए, ताकि इन्विजिलेटर, एक ह्यूमन इन्विजिलेटर के बारे में बताया गया है तो उनको भी दिखेगा ठीक ठाक से कि किस तरीके से हम लोग लिख रहे हैं. मेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव वही है, उसको समझ में, उसको मन में रखते हुए, उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए आप मोबाइल सेट कर सकते हैं, दी सेकेंड डिवाइस आप सेट कर सकते हैं. आई होप दैट क्वेरी इज क्लियर उर्वशी. So that is how you will have to set the camera. How this current view is actually a third person's view that you are seeing. We have one device here, we have the second device here. So in this, we have kept the device not exactly behind, we have actually kept it here. We have kept it at a slight inclination so that the viewer can get a good detailed view of exactly what's happening. How would the invigilator see this? This is how it would look like for the invigilator. We did this in Zoom, so we're not sure about how exactly they're going to do it. We'll have to wait for that. Okay. Regarding how we are going to set the camera and things like that, we'll be coming up with another video. How did we do this particular setup? What were the things that we had used? What are the alternatives that you can use? What are the different options that you can use? We'll give you a brief idea and clarity about that in the coming days. Okay. You can also talk to your friends, relatives and all if they have good stable connection, Wi-Fi, if they have a power backup and things like that. You can definitely talk to them. You can write there also. Your exams, you can ensure that you can write there also. Ensure proper lighting, have a proper power supply backup and things like that. These are things that you have to ensure. And if possible, if there is an option, you can also talk to your local computer person, the person who runs a local computer shop, or let's say, for example, the internet cafe person and things like that. Okay, so these are the things that you have to ensure. Sir, front में हमारी sheets भी दिखनी चाहिए या सिर्फ हमारी half body दिखनी चाहिए? See, as of now, they have only mentioned about keeping a front cam and keeping the back cam. Also, probably keeping the front cam उस तरीके से रखना कि आपका sheet भी दिखे. That is going to be a bit difficult, right? Now, for further clarity, we'll have to wait till the mock exam. Okay, so we can get a better idea of what are the things that are to be made visible. Okay. Regarding yes, there is a question from Venom. What's the duration of the exam and how much time will be there? I think I'll let our academics head take that particular question. Before that, I think Urvishi's doubt has been cleared. If there is anyone who has come in new, then let me highlight. We are taking about, there's one more question from Asrita. Yes. Please wait. I'll let my academic head also come. I'll let our academic head also come in. Just wait. If there is anyone who's joined newly, we are discussing about the Nift exam that's going to happen on the 6th of February. So there's been an update regarding the FAQs that has been published by the Nift. The link for the same, you can find it in the description. If you want us to explain any of the things that we have already explained, please do not hesitate, ask us in the chat box. I think we should let our academic head speak. Sachin sir.
Yes, sir. So I
A lot
think,
of questions for you.
yes. So the question was, what's the duration of exam and how much time will be there to upload the answer sheet? So when I guess, usually, like I have mentioned earlier, the usual duration of the examination for GAT is 2 hours and the CAT section is 3 hours. So definitely they will give you that particular time duration in order to attend those examinations, and definitely we guess definitely they will provide time to upload those particular papers, because it requires some time, because you just have to take the photos, you have to take the clear photos, or you just have to convert our PDF. We don't know yet what will be the procedure, step-by-step process for that, but we just have to wait for the mock test itself. So definitely they will give you some time. There will be specified time in order for that. So definitely they will give you time to upload these kind of CAT drawing files. So yeah, definitely you can expect that. So there's a question from Ashrita, sir, will they give the link to join in our hall ticket? So I think the question, I guess, Ashrita, you just you are mentioning about joining the examination, I guess. So they have clearly mentioned that in the official website of Nift, which is niftadmissions.in, there will be a particular link in order to join or the launch the test also, and there will be some verification processes for what they have clearly mentioned, that you have to log in at least, not at least 60 minutes before the entrance examination start, to ensure a smooth verification. So there will be different process for that. So a camera verification of laptop or PC which you are using, or the device which you are using, and you just have to scan a QR code in order to from the secondary device like mobile phone which we are using as a secondary device, you have to log in through a QR code. So such kind of different kind of procedures are there. So yes, definitely there will be a link in the official website in order to join, in order to start the examination. So yes, there will be. So again, Ashwita, should we go to the actual Nift link to get into the exam meeting, or where we submit the CAT exam answer sheet? So again, Ashwita, definitely, yeah, there will be official link in the website. They have really mentioned that you can launch the test in the link provided in the Nift admission portal, which is niftadmissions.in. So they have clearly mentioned in the previous notification regarding that. They have clearly mentioned about that. In order to launch the test, there will be link provided for starting the examination on the Nift admission portal, which is niftadmissions.in. So definitely you have to go through that. And also again, the submission of the CAT, again, in this particular notification, they have clearly mentioned regarding that, that you will be required to see the question, also draw your response on the A4 white sheet, and subsequently you will have to upload the same by following step-by-step process suggested on your screen bar student guide. So there will be a suggested step-by process in order to upload, or we don't know exactly what the process will be. Definitely we have to wait for the mock test. So there definitely you will be familiarized with the kind of process you just have to take in order to upload or take a photo or like that. So any procedures which you need to follow. Yes, but definitely we have to wait for the mock test also to get a clear, to familiarize the process. So also there is a question. Roshan, sir, should we use a third device to upload the CAT answer sheet? Again, Roshan, we are not sure about that, whether we have to use the third device, any third device, or the mobile or the secondary device we are using as a rear camera to use to upload the answer sheet, because I think there's an application. They are giving an application in order to use the secondary device. So there might be, not sure. You just have to wait. There might be in the application itself, there will be some option to upload the photo of the drawing sheet or like that. We just have to wait for that.
I think we'll have to wait so that we get a bit more clarity on that. They might also be like after the exam is done, they might show another link or QR code you'll have to scan and you'll have to upload. So we are not sure about that. Let's not play the guessing game or assumption game. So we'll have to wait. As soon as the next notification or update comes up, we'll definitely let you know regarding all of that. Okay. We hope you're liking the content. Please do subscribe to the channel for more such updates. Just to reiterate on what we were talking about earlier, there would be live sessions that would be happening from tomorrow onwards. Our top educators from Nift, NID and all would be coming up and taking sessions on GK, on current affairs, on English, on drawing sessions and things like that. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel and we'll see you in the next live. Sachin sir, anything more to add?
Yeah, so like sir mentioned, we are coming with more interesting videos and live sessions exclusively for Nift 2022. So you just have to wait for it. Yeah, I think, yeah, from tomorrow onwards, we are starting the exclusive videos and live session and quiz series for Nift examination. So definitely for those who have not yet subscribed our channel, so go for it and get the live updates. So that's it.
So thank you everyone for joining. Please do not panic. We're always there to help you. So if you have any questions, any more questions, queries, doubts and all, if you have, you can, we are still there. We're still available after this particular live. So you can contact us at 8086 111 216. Okay, so any questions, queries, either you can call us, ping us, or just give us a WhatsApp message and we'll get back to you. Okay, if you're liking the content, please do support us by subscribing to the channel. That would be it from THiNC Institute of Design in this particular live video regarding the Nift exams. Stay tuned for more such sessions. That's it from me and Sachin sir and THiNC Institute of Design. Thank you, everyone.